cases you wanted to look at?
Case 13 CE 4007, violator Edward J. Folakowski, property address 703 Holly Road. A notice of assessment of continuing penalties was issued on September 18, 2003. $100 a day continuing penalty. The property came into compliance on 2/17/14, requesting an order to stop the penalty and fines on that date.
Wow.
And that would be assessing
the
then the total penalties?
2/17/14.
And then it would be to assess the total penalties to that date plus costs?
Correct.
Well, I'll make a motion that there was a violation on the property and it's now coming into compliance, and that the fines be stopped as of February 17th, 2014.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Case 13 CE 371, Sharan Peffley Tregear and Bank of America. Should not be Bank of America, just should be Sharan Peffley Tregear. 530 Acacia Road. The city moved in and abated the property to request to stop the fine as of 2/20/14. Notice of assessment of continuing penalties was issued July 19th, 2013.
July what?
July 19th, 2013.
Thank you.
We're on F.
We're on 3713.
I'll make a motion that there was a violation and the property is now coming into compliance, and that the board issue an order of payment of the penalties from July 19th to February 20th, 2014.
In the amount of what?
To stop the fine.
And to stop the fine.
And to stop the fine.
Sorry.
And what were the total costs?
I don't have the total cost on
Sherry's
that.
job. It's going to be a lot.
Are you talking about the abatement cost?
No.
Total running cost?
The cost of enforcement.
Oh,
Is that in the,
That should be
8464?
assessment, isn't it?
Correct.
Yes.
8464.
And what is the grand total, please?
I
Well,
don't know.
that's what we're not.
They'll figure
we'll
it
have
out.
to calculate that and put it in the order.
Okay. Do we need to add the cost of prosecution to Mr. Noonan's motion?
It should be in the notice of assessment.
Okay, great. Well, I'll second Mr. Noonan's motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, case number 13-CE-1239, David Lynn, Suburban Guy, and Jerry Wall.
I don't think so.
Hello.
I turned it on to see what time it was.
Okay, we'll let staff proceed.
Suburban guy David Owen was here. He was cited originally for construction without permits at 2003 10th Avenue. He has been before the board before. He now is in possession of a permit. A permit was applied for and obtained by Parent Construction on Beachland Boulevard, who has worked well with Mr. Owen to come into compliance. He has obtained the permit. I spoke with Paul Parent last week, and he fully believes he'll be able to call for an inspection and resolve the case by the end of this week. Today, we are requesting just enforcement costs and that we waive the continuing penalty. Mr. Owen is on a very limited fixed income. He is investing in opening a business downtown and trying to make a viable business. So staff would support no continuing penalties and just enforcement costs.
And I understand the enforcement costs are $31.93.
To date, enforcement costs are now $62.46. A new cost affidavit is on file with the city clerk.
$62.46. Okay, sir, were you sworn in?
Yeah, he
Yes.
did pay the,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, he
Yes,
did
sir.
pay the initial $50 penalty already.
He did. Okay. Okay. Seems like there's not a whole lot to go over here, but
Can I make a motion? Maybe save us some time?
sure, make a motion.
Okay, just for a clarification,
Excellent.
David has a hard time hearing, so David, what we're
That's right.
asking
I
today,
apologize about that. I just,
I've forgotten. Yep.
what we're asking today is that we waive the continuing penalty, that we just do the enforcement cost,
yes,
which is $62.46.
anything, yes.
So the board is going to make a motion now.
And you would include the $50 initial penalty plus the costs if
And it's
that's
already been paid anyway.
Right.
so,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll make a motion that there was a violation and it's soon to be in compliance.
I'll second
He
it.
is in compliance with the violation. He was noticed to obtain a permit.
Oh,
And he
okay.
has obtained the
All
permit.
right, there was a violation and the property is now in compliance. And that the board issue an order for payment of the original $50 civil penalty and the $62.46 cost of prosecution.
And to waive
And
the
that
other.
the continuing penalties be waived.
So moved.
And that the
Seconded.
$50 has already been paid.
Very well done. Mr. Clement, can we finalize this motion without hearing from the suburban guy?
well, you can certainly let him
I just wonder if we.
say his piece.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder if we're doing something wrong if we finalize a motion before he said anything when he's here
Okay,
today.
well, you go ahead and open it up to him.
Okay. If you'd like to say anything, please
What they're doing,
proceed.
they are voting to rescind any fines, but they are asking that you pay the enforcement cost of $62.46.
yes, I agree to that.
And
Totally-
the
totally
initial
agree to
$50
that.
he already paid.
Right, and that includes the $50 civil penalty that you paid prior.
Oh, yes,
So you would just have an order going forward for enforcement cost of $62.46.
that would be just great, thank you.
Okay, I will second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
We just want to make it on the record that Parent Construction has done well by us.
Great.
Yes, me too.
Motion carries.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, so you will
Thank
get-
you so much.
You will get a notice in the mail of the enforcement cost.
Mr. Howell,
Back to the beginning.
Yes, sir.
could you ask the gentleman to your right to speak a little louder?
Sure.
Your voice
Melody,
isn't
he'll
coming
have
through
30
the
days to
microphone.
pay
I can't
that.
hear. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I make mistakes every
That was the
day.
first mistake. Okay, back to request for notice of assessment. Case number 13-CE- no, we did this, didn't we? 13?
No,
No, we have not.
you tried to.
Okay, thank you. 13-CE-4487, Jose Barajas.
This is a request for a notice of assessment for case number 13 CE 4487. The violator, Jose Barajas, was cited for a violation of excessive exterior storage of trash, debris, or other materials at 1956 34th Avenue is provided in the backup materials. Service of the citation was provided by first class mail and posting and is provided on file with the city clerk's office. No request for a hearing on the citation has been received, so a hearing to contest the citation has been waived and the violation is deemed admitted by the violator. The violation has not been corrected as of March 11th, 2014, and the civil penalty assessed on the citation has not been paid. Enforcement costs of $42.05 are requested by the city. An affidavit of these itemized costs have been filed with the board clerk, and we request the backup material be made part of the record. We request the board issue a notice of assessment of continuing penalties along with an initial civil penalty of $50 and the cost of enforcement of $42.05.
Okay. Make a motion that the property is in violation of code and that the board issue a notice of assessment with continuing penalties plus the enforcement cost of $42.05 and the civil penalty of $50. All in favor? Do I have a second? I'm sorry, I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Case number 13-CE-4582, Brenda LaFlame.
This is a request for a notice of assessment for case number 13 CE 4582. The violator, Brenda LaFlamme, was cited for a violation of excessive exterior storage of trash, debris, or other materials at 4215 15th Street as provided in the backup materials. Service of the citation was provided by certified mail and is on file. No request for a hearing on the citation has been received, so hearing to contest the citation has been waived, and the violation is deemed admitted by the violator. The violation has been corrected as of March 12th, 2014, and the civil penalty assessed on the citation has not been paid. Enforcement costs of $33.94 are requested by the city. An affidavit of those itemized costs has been filed with the board clerk, and we request the backup material be made part of the record. We request the board issue a notice of assessment for continuing penalties, along with an initial civil penalty of $100 and the cost of enforcement of $33.94.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes, sir.
If it's income.
Tom, this has been corrected, right? So it'll be a final order.
Board order.
Board order, right. And that would be order to pay the $50 civil penalty initial,
It's at 100.
$100?
$100 civil
It's
penalty.
It's a repeat.
Correct.
Do you have in the record the prior violation?
Have in the record.
It's in the record?
Yes.
Okay.
So you want the continuing penalty also from the date of violation, or you just want $100?
No,
Just
you
want a
can't
board
do that.
order.
You can only do the initial because there was never a notice issued. It's corrected
Oh,
now,
okay.
so you
I
can't
got you.
issue a notice of assessment.
I'll make a motion that there was a violation and it's now in compliance, and that the board issue an order for payment of the $100 civil penalty and $32.94 cost of prosecution.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All opposed? Motion carries. Wait a minute, I want to see.
Holy cow,
Is that it?
we did it.
Did we do it? Sorry?
Comments from staff?
Please.
Welcome to our two new board members, Mr. Devine and Frank.
Pizzichillo.
Easy for you to say.
Sherry, anything you'd like to say? Mr. Comment, anything
Not at this time.
before we adjourn? Board members,
Can I make a suggestion?
please.
A couple of years ago, you brought us a cheat sheet with the how to make a motion and all that stuff.
Can we bring you some more?
Think you could dust those off and pass them out again?
Okay.
I can email
Good
them to you.
suggestion.
That'd be good.
That's great.
Thanks.
Good. Well, welcome, gentlemen. This meeting is adjourned.